God, it's been a fucking minute since I've done this. Shit.
Yo, what's going on? I got my man Riley, the expert level gaming, wrestling channel, and check it out. We're gonna look at some wrestling footage starring him. You ready?
Hell yeah. Say when.
I want to react to it. So I've never seen this. Obviously, he has. So we're gonna add like some commentary. Yeah, I don't know what to expect. So
Just to clarify, people watching or play bad, this is from 10 years ago. I don't wrestle no more. Anything that you see in this match, my opinion to this match back then to my opinion now, it's two different places like it's night and day. So just making a disclaimer just in case.
all right,
So,
let's see.
oh
I
yeah.
don't have to get worried. I don't have to worry about getting a copyright.
No, not at all. No, they don't even watch the channel no more. They don't. They shouldn't, hopefully, but we'll find out.
Hold on, let me see how you look. That's
Got
you
it?
with the what?
Yeah, that's me in the black.
Let's see. Who? Give me some background. So what's your name?
So,
What's your name on here? And what's
so
the
long
tag
story.
team? Who's on?
So long story short, my name is, as you see in the title, is I'm Damian Walker. I was the outcast Damian Walker in that Fed at that time. I was basically like a God, like a Steve Austin kind of, but not really. But I, did my own thing when I felt like it. I guess you could say.
Was that on purpose, or did you pattern yourself after that, or it just happened?
It just happened, honestly. I mean, I look different in this video. I got the look, but prior to this look, I looked way different. But yeah. So, anyways, long story short, the match was leading up to a. I don't even want to say that because it says it at the end of the match. So I'll just stop it at that, and then you can see it.
All right, let's
If I
go.
say any more, then yeah.
I want to see what kind of skills you got.
And
Let's see.
then those people in the crowd that just yelled at me, they're all my family, by the way, like godmother, mother, and her kids.
All right, let's go. No volume.
Yeah, what about it?
It's, yeah, turn it. Let's turn it up. The volume up.
Uh,
Is it funny watching this? Let's see what kind of style you have, Damon Walker.
yeah, right. Yeah. Oh,
Turn it up all the way. I want to hear what the talking shit.
all right. By the way, there is no commentary. You're just gonna hear like everything in the ring.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah.
I want the experience. Let's see what type of shit you be doing. Let's see.
Yeah, I was the most hated person in that locker room.
What's the name of the the what was that, jump kick? The promotion.
Yeah, the one in the red thought he was RVD, and then Blondie here was like, I guess like a Jeff Hardy wannabe. They used to be tag team partners. I used to wrestle with them in a backyard fed years prior to this, so I know them both. Yeah, yeah, that's my mom.
Oh, uh-oh.
I actually
Don't
had pretty
fuck with
fun with this match now that I remember.
don't fuck with Friday.
Yeah, there's my mom.
He tall and lanky.
Say what?
Oh, leg drop. Yeah, I was gonna ask you a special move I want to see. You doing all the damage right now.
I am. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, trust me. They'll. That's how I started. I always start with the damage. Oh yeah.
You looking untouchable.
You'll see.
It's gonna be interference.
Now the funny story with the appearance, I just wore whatever I thought was comfortable. There was no, oh, you should do this, you should do that. Oh, your face paint's messed up, mohawk, blah blah blah. No, that was all me. Hell, that was me my first time wearing the mohawk.
Oh yeah. Where'd you get the name Damian Walker from?
Uh, in a Fed before this, I was called Damian Walker. My first 3 matches out of the 3, I lost the first one, won the second one, and then the third match I lost, and I got kenoed to death. I have that on YouTube as well. I got what was it? Loser gets kendo stick to death. Oh, Singapore cane match. There you go.
Uh-oh. They're gonna take out the biggest threat. Fuck that. Let's join together. Let's join together.
They used to be a tag team.
Double special moves. Double moves. Another double move. Let's do this double move. It's another double move.
There you go.
It's a double move. Double, what you call it? The Jeff Hardy shit.
Yeah, the Jeff Hardy movie. Yeah, yeah. And then here we go.
Full report, what up? You want to join us? This Riley in the ring right here. You watching his indie match.
Yeah, from like 10 years ago.
Oh! Spear! That's him with the Zorro in the face. Spear! What you sneaking around doing?
Here he comes.
From behind! Oh! Kick me on my fucking back!
How I do it.
I smell the interference coming in. Oh, look at Riley with the little tactics.
Now you'll like this part.
He's setting them up. Riley got the little tactics. Oh. Oh.
That hurt.
You start feeling yourself.
That hurt.
You took advantage. You start feeling yourself. The ego got to you.
That ring was so fucking stiff, my dude. That's the same ring from the other Fed. We just bought it. That ring was, Jesus. Ooh. Spike, he was a skinny ass twig.
To wrestle.
Yeah.
How much did you get paid back then?
Well, at the time before during this match, we didn't get paid at all.
Just exposure.
Yeah, we didn't get nothing. Nothing until like about, I don't know, a couple months later, give or take.
What about the
Maybe?
champion? Champion got paid?
Say what?
I said, what about the champion? The champion got paid?
I think so, but honestly, I don't know. I think he had to have. I'm pretty sure some people got some money, honestly, but this was more like a hobby to me. Stuff I did on the weekend, and I didn't take it as serious as I should have. Because at the time, I always thought I was going to go, do what you see on TV now, but then other things happen and life got in the way, and then so.
War Part want to know what do you think of the indie scene now?
Well, since that's all I watch now, depending, I mean, I would rather watch independent wrestling, Ring of Honor, AEW, PWG, XICW that's here in Michigan. I'd rather watch that more than I would WWE, Impact. I mean, I think it's way better. That's just my opinion. I mean, a few of these guys that were in this fed with me, I actually do independent wrestling today. So I'd rather enjoy independent wrestling more than I do WWE, but that's just my opinion.
Let me ask you this: how? Hold on, let's finish watching it real quick, because I want to see who. I want to see who's gonna win. Look at Riley with the back shots from behind. He takes one to the stomach. A DDT throws him against the ropes. Hard right.
Oh shit!
Oh,
that
super
was
kick.
a low blow. That was a low blow.
Super kick. He said he fucked with Impact. I gotta watch. I watched the AEW, but I be forgetting about Impact. I thought Impact was out of there. I didn't even know they were.
No, they're on Thursdays. They used to stream on Twitch for free, but they stopped doing it like a month ago. I mean, they just had the big show Bound for Glory last October. So the combined contract thing they had with AEW just ended. So, oh shit!
Riley's gonna take a major bump.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought he was gonna fuck you up.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That was my mother trying to spoil shit.
Where?
The woman screaming in the crowd, that's my mother.
You said she tried to spoil it?
Yeah, my mom. Now listen to this shot.
Mm-hmm. What is that in your hand? Oh, bell? Hitting it with the bell.
Now, what did you notice about the triple threat that shouldn't have happened in a triple threat? What is allowed in a triple threat always?
Weapons.
Okay. So what happened that you just saw?
It wasn't a disqualification.
Exactly. There's no disqualifications in a triple threat.
Right.
So they ended the match right there. That's what the writers did for that match.
So who do they want to get over?
Me.
Yeah. So why are you complaining?
I ain't, but I'm just saying it didn't make any sense at the time. But there's more to that trash can lid story, by the way. So, but I'll get to this part.
Trash lid. So they right now they just ringing the bell. Oh, here comes Black Panther.
That's the champ. He still wrestles in independent today.
He was beefing with the champ. What is he, a fake ass blade?
No, that belt. That's another story I'll have for you with that belt.
You want this? I got jump kicks.
He actually knows martial arts, by the way. He still wrestles in independent today. I think his name is like Daniel Wolf or something like that. But I wrestled this man like 8 times in this fed. Like, it was hilarious.
Oh, master of kicks. He is a master of kicks, Ronaldo.
Oh, bro, his kicks were so stiff, dude. I can't tell how many times I've fought this man. Iron Man match, last man standing match. Oh, bro.
What type of shit he was saying? I will kick your fucking ass.
Yeah. He didn't have bad mic skills. It's just, I don't think he knew what to say.
How can I be a wrestling manager? I want to be a wrestling manager. I want to put people over.
Oh, man.
You
Thought you
gotta,
wanted to do commentary.
no, I changed my mind.
Yeah.
no, no. However, if I got in that way, I wouldn't deny it. But
Right.
I would like to just cut the promos for the cats and shit, and then just, I would definitely want to be heel for
Oh,
sure.
for sure. Heels are so much fun. I did a little baby face. I didn't know what the hell to do with myself. Baby face. Heels, man.
And especially like on independent or something, like you could cuss and all of that. So what I gotta do? I got to do wrestling school to learn bumps and shit. What's the process?
For what? For reffing? I mean, basically a little bump here and there. Uh, let's see what else. Bumping here and there. Probably knowing when the finish is. Um, little things. The referee and telling you how to do things, how to count right, 1, 2, 3, making sure.
No, not a referee, a manager.
Oh, a manager. Oh, shit. That's even easier. You just knowing how to. I mean, you got it down anyways. Just how your energy vibe and all the stuff you do prior to this with your other channel. You already got it. I mean, there's nothing. You remind me of. You got like. Let's see if I can think of something. You got like a mixture between Slick and you got like a Slick personality to me. You remind me of Bobby the Brain Heenan a bit. And you got like I'd probably say like a Jim Cornette kind of, but I can see like Slick and Bobby the Brain Heenan. But anyways, to the other two stories, that trash can lid. So I came to find out a week later. The week later was that Fatal 4-Way, and it was a Fatal 4-Way for the Starcore Championship. I come to find out a week later that trash can lid that I dented over Spike's head, I didn't know that I put full force into it. So I literally dented the rim around his head. So at the time, we had the Fatal 4-Way match. I had pictures. The video was lost due to some technology mishap or something. I don't know. But anyways, we had a real stop sign. So it was a big show. I had people come. My ex was there. Her father was there. My mother, my aunt, all the people you saw in the video. So in the Fatal 4-Way match, Spike decided to take the real stop sign and deck me in the head, that same corner where I decked him in. Well, I come to find out, like I said, I wrapped it around his head full force. Well, he did the same thing to me with the stop sign, as the real stop sign. And because I didn't block it or put my hands up, I became deaf and disoriented for about a month.
Yeah.
So half deaf. So I lost hearing in this side. But anyways, to the second story, that Starcore belt, that was a back brace that one of the guys made for the Fed. So the belt was consisted of a back brace, but it was also, he glued on thumbtacks, barbed wire, tape, and the middle of the belt, was buzzsaw blades, chainsaw blades, whatever. Those fuckers were sharp, let's say. I'm surprised that when he decked me with that belt that I didn't get, cut from that shot, surprisingly. I was surprised. But yeah, that belt was sharp. Every time I wore the sucker, it always cut me in the shoulder a little bit. But besides that, I mean, with that Fed, I had fun. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I won the belt. A week later, I was a 2-time Starcore champion. Should have been a 3-time and the first Starcore champion. But due to an accident a week prior to the first time, I dislocated my shoulder. So yeah, so that was.
You don't got no cool pictures with the belt?
Say what?
You don't got no cool ass pictures with the belt on?
Yeah, I do, but let's see if I can find them. I mean, I got like a couple, but nothing. Let me see if I got some on. I know I got some on Facebook because I got it. I got like 2 of them. maybe 3. God, I wish I would have pulled these out like earlier. That would have been nice. Let's see.
You should have it framed in the house.
You know, the sad thing was with that belt is I was supposed to come back and get the belt back, but due to my job outside of wrestling and previous obligations, and then BS in the back. Oh, here we go. I wasn't able to see. There we go. That's one of them, but I got like another better one. But like I said, it's the pictures, you know. Hopefully that's good. But due to obligations with the job that I had outside of wrestling, I wasn't able to come back. And then other shit happens. And then when I was able to come back, yeah, I know what I can do with that picture. When I was able to come back, I was supposed to, the storyline was I was supposed to take out, that's when I came back, I was supposed to take out certain people. The 2 guys that you saw, or the 3 guys that you saw, I was supposed to take out them. I was supposed to take out the 2 GMs at the time. There you go. Just one of the pictures. I just sent it to you on your Instagram. So let's take out 2 of the guys. And then there was this group faction called Synergy. They came out to like a Wicked song. It was 3 guys, 5, which ended up being 5 guys and the female manager. The story was, and if whoever knows me is watching can correct me, the story that I was told was I got taken out by them. And then I was supposed to come back. I was supposed to take out the 3 people that you saw in the video, the 2 GMs, which I took out the 2 GMs and 2 out of the 3 guys in the video. I wasn't able to get to the 3rd guy because he was gone. And by the time it came around to start dismantling the group, it never went to fruition. It kind of became like while I was gone, it became like a Team XSU versus Team Synergy kind of thing. And then it just, exploded and went elsewhere. And then it just, And then let's just say the main leader of the group and the owner of the company, let's just say some serious shit just happened to him in Las Vegas and he got arrested by the police, and I'll leave it at that. Yeah. But like, with the Fed, like, I had excellent matches. Almost every match was a hardcore match. So the Wolf guy wrestled like 7-8 times. We even had I got this on DVD too. We had a finishers match on Father's Day. So basically, whoever hit their finisher won the match. Well, at the time, I had the stunner, and then I changed it to the Cobra Clutch Chokeslam, and I won the match. But I wrestled that dude like 7-8 times. I mean, each match was better, but still. And then I wish we would have had the Iron Man match on TV too, but they lost that because they were trying to use like a.
Oh, y'all was online. On TV too?
Say what?
You were on TV too?
A little bit, yeah. We were on a streaming service for a second. I don't remember. It wasn't Twitch, but it was something else. And for some reason that day, it just kept malfunctioning and going off every 5 minutes. So that whole show was lost. I think if I went and looked, I could find like if I can remember the site, maybe a 1-minute clip of my match, but that would be, it's nothing spectacular. It just shows me running to Wolf to hit him with a clothesline or something. But yeah, we were on some streaming service for a bit. They were in different halls for a bit. And then let's see, what else happened with that Fed? I mean, they were a little big, don't get me wrong.
How the writers going about giving you your storylines and stuff? Did you have any input, or was it all just given to you like a job and you just had to do it?
Both. I mean, we had different writers. I mean, mostly half the time it was kind of like creative control, I guess you would say. Mm-hmm. I mean, like with me, I wouldn't say I did whatever I want, but I mean, they told me who I was wrestling and who won. But when it came to like storylines and matches, yeah, I had some input. The only major input I've ever had with that place, well, a couple, was the match you saw, the match later, or a week later, and then I had a match with a guy named Soul Taker, or he was called Atheon at the time. He was like that Fed's Undertaker, you would say, and I wanted to wrestle the man, and I wrestled him. It was a great match. From what I remember, because I accidentally ended up concussioning myself in that match. I jumped too high for a choke slam, and instead of tucking my head, I hit my head on the mat. So I don't remember much of that match. So, like I said, it was good. I mean, even in the Fed that I was in prior to that Fed, it was the same ring, different people. There's even videos of that on YouTube as well. So it's, but they're all like mini clips of the show. And it was only 2 seasons due to like, stuff happening with the weather because we were outside and it's Michigan, it can rain, snow, be windy and cloudy in the same day. So we get the best of the 4 seasons here, even though it's a 3-hour difference between you and me. But I wouldn't say there was a lot of politics in the Fed. Don't get me wrong. I think it wasn't a bad Fed. I'll say that. I feel like I just didn't take it as serious as I should have. As some did. Some did go on from that Fed and be trained by, I'll give you a best example. A few of them got trained by Truth Martini and Jimmy Jacobs. I can think of 2 of them that got trained by Truth Martini and Jimmy Jacobs. He actually has a school here in Michigan. It's like a 10, 15-minute drive for me. He was Jay Lethal's manager in Ring of Honor, which now Ring of Honor, they released all their people a few months ago, but they're supposed to be back in April with Supercard of Honor, apparently. But as you know, I don't think everyone's coming back because AEW just got Jay Lethal signed. So I don't see Jay Lethal coming back. And he's been in Ring of Honor forever. I mean, besides a couple years he was in Impact doing the Black Machismo and gimmick and his regular gimmick. But yeah.
What do you think of AEW?
I enjoy it. I mean, from what when I'm home and can watch it, I have no issues with it. I mean, it's kind of like watching, where is it? It's kind of like watching Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, which is based in your state, Alfie. It's in, God, they just moved too. So here, I don't know if you can see this well. Let's see. Where's the camera at? Okay. You should recognize practically everybody in this picture.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan, Young Guns. I forgot the Machine Guns.
Yeah, that's Chuck Taylor.
Okay.
That's Roderick Strong. Like all the people you see in this show have basically been are in AEW or close to it. Let's see, where's my finger at? That is Human Tornado. That bald dude that comes out with the Bucks, that's him right there. That's Scorpio Sky, who's with Ethan Page. That's Joey Ryan, which you probably know what happened to him. And then that's Alex Shelley. Like all these guys that you see in AEW, they've all been in Ring of Honor, PWG. Like Adam Cole, PWG is way better than Adam Cole, Ring of Honor, NXT, or AEW now. Like his cockiness is like, okay, even better example. Daniel Bryan, AEW. If you watch Daniel Bryan in Ring of Honor when he was a heel, bald, no beard, none of that, forget about it, man. He was better as a heel than he was a babyface.
What about his WWE heel turn? Still better? I thought that was pretty funny, bro. Yes. When he was a heel.
When he did all that? Oh, hell yeah. Daniel Bryan to me? Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, the yes and no.
What was your wrestling name again?
Damian Walker.
Okay. Damian Walker. I wanna hear your promo.
Oh God, I was terrible at promos, but I was.
You gotta be able to
get out of. The only time I ever talked on the mic was to do a 2-second thing on a promo. Last time I did a promo, it basically was so bad that I literally took it out of context and blames. Let's see, what was the last promo? I just remembered it. They did a skit for me at the last show, which was like the WrestleMania Resistance 5, and I just remembered this. They threw me in the show. They did a Hall of Fame ceremony prior to the show, okay? Every guy that I came up in with at that Fed got inducted into the Hall of Fame except myself. The guy that I beat 7 times, the guy that accidentally got a concussion from the Atheon dude. I did a backstage skit with the guy that was in the main event who I was supposed to take out, who ran Synergy. And basically we got into a scuffle about how I was gone and I should have took him out, and I took it out of context. So my wrestling skills are not bad. They probably could have been better. My mic skills, I did back then had stage frights and drama BS, social anxiety, shit like that. But when it came to me being focused and being in the ring and wrestling, I was fine. I had no problem. But I was never given a chance in that Fed or the Fed prior to talk because I just never taught. I had no need to, honestly. And I mean, I should have done more, but that's like I'm saying, like at the time, I just never
cut a promo. I want to get a feel of the character. Just say,
oh God.
this pay-per-view, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass and whatever.
All right. Okay. I got you. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's think of a thing. Okay. Backstage promo after the triple threat from Wolf hitting me with the belt. So this is going to be like, okay, 10 seconds. So I'll just go from there. 3, 2, 1. So while Wolf, you think you can get lucky by getting me with a cheap shot. So next week at Hell Series is a fatal 4-way for your Star Code belt. Come that week, your ass is grass, and that belt is coming home with me. 2-time Star Code champion. So there you go. That was short and sweet, but still shitty. Anyways, so
you just gotta have championship conviction.
That's all it is, man. The vibe. It's just the vibe there. I was too. In both Feds, I never jumped on certain opportunities to do stuff. Like I could name you 5 opportunities that didn't say nothing. I didn't jump on it. I remember the first time I popped up in the other Fed before the Fed you watched, and one of the guys that I fought, he was like, "Who is that?" Because they said my name, and I didn't say shit. But even shittier with that story was that first match. I ended up clotheslining that guy in the throat. He bit his tongue. And he chipped his tooth at the same time when I clotheslined him. But the second week we had a match. It was a gauntlet. I won. The third week was loser gets caned. Like I said, Singapore cane match. Talk about receipt, man. I got that on YouTube. Me being kenneled to death. He broke the kendo stick over my back. Like I think he hit me, 15 times. Broke the stick on me too. Yeah. So it was payback for the chipped tooth and the sore throat. So I was like, oh.
Was there any wrestling groupies hanging around?
Oh, we didn't have wrestling groupies. We had wrestling thoughts.
What's the difference?
Wrestling thoughts would be like, or should I say wrestling ring rats, if that makes sense. We had like a few, let's see. One of the girls in the Fed prior to the Fed you just watched used to be in the team. I forget what the group was called. But it was like her and like 2 others were kind of, what's the best word I can say to explain it? They weren't pass around chicks, but they had a habit of showing too much skin when they shouldn't have been showing too much skin. They were also managers of their boyfriends. So you know how it goes.
This storyline or this real?
Both.
Okay.
So, and then in the other Fed, the one you watched, we actually had a women's division. We had no belt. I don't think. If we did, he didn't make it yet because we made our own belts from. We made our own championships from WWE belts. So we took like the leather part of the belt and he made his own belts with the leather version of the WWE belts. So I don't know. I know he was in the process of making the women's belt, but at the time, I don't remember if they got it up. But we did have like 5 or 6 chicks, and out of the 5 or 6, only 2 of them wrestled, maybe 3. The rest of them were just TNA and just looking good for the guys, I guess. But that didn't last long either. They tried to do like arm wrestling contests, and oh Lord, that was just a fucking shit show. Jesus Christ.
Why you say that?
It was it was just, it didn't last long. It was bad. There was let's see, there was two chicks who were in a stable with a tag team who were two different managers. And then there was the one chick in the Synergy group. There was a skinny chick as a cat. There was one chick that kind of reminded me of Cardi B a little bit, but not really. At least she was more nicer and didn't act like Cardi B. No offense to Cardi B. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to remember.
I'm not a Cardi B fan, brother.
And then, yeah, no, I mean, like, they did. If they did have any wrestling women matches, I wasn't there. I do remember the promos for like interviews and the arm wrestling match and stuff. But if they ever wanted to do a women's match, they never did anything. I mean, not that I can recall, unless they did and I just wasn't there, which could have happened.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a couple instances. I mean, from the women's thing where we had two shows that I can remember where something almost happened. We had a reunion show at a different spot because one of our female managers had taken her own life, let's say. And we could have been in the show. There was like at least 6 of us that didn't participate in the show. And 2 of them thought they were going to be in the show because they, done everything for the show. One was a champion and they were brothers. One was a champion, the world champion, and the other one was tag. And they thought they were the main event or somewhere around that. And then they ended up not being the main event. They left. I ended up sitting out watching the show with 6 others who could have been in. None of us wrestled. And then the other incident that I can think of was with Synergy, where I was in the crowd watching, and one of the Synergy guys tried to he accidentally almost broke character trying to talk shit to my mother. And I was like, Mom, you say something, I'm gonna have to go into character and do something because I have a minor habit of doing that. I've almost did that at another show now that I remember.
So your mom was fully behind you, obviously going into wrestling. That's kind
of.
Oh
yeah. Oh, she was a super fan. She used to watch. She was the one that got me into wrestling. She used to watch wrestling when the Sheik was around. Mm-hmm. The Sheik and Bobo Brazil and all them. And then, God, my first memory of wrestling was. It was a recap of WWE Raw when they used to show it on Sundays. It might have been Live Wire or something when they used to show it on Channel 20 here. And it was Austin getting the bloodbath from Kane prior to the 98 King of the Ring match. So it was like the week or two prior to that. And then I didn't watch none of that till WrestleMania 15. And then from there, I was like, I'm sold. So yeah, it was my mother that got me. And I was supposed to go to wrestling school, but then that never ended up happening. I mean, shit happens. Life gets in the way, different plans. So.
No, I feel it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I had a good time. I mean, I didn't get, except for the dislocated. Actually, I dislocated both my shoulders. The first time was from a suplex to a shoulder buster, which I wasn't told was happening. And then the other one was taking the stroke, and I didn't put my arms up, and I fucked up this shoulder from the stroke. It's like when you watch, you know who Nigel McGuinness is, correct?
No, I don't know that one. Who is he?
You know, Desmond Wolfe. That name sound familiar?
Yeah.
Okay. Desmond Wolfe is Nigel McGuinness. Desmond Wolfe was in Ring of Honor and came to Impact. Nigel McGuinness was supposed to be signed the same day as Bryan Danielson in WWE, but due to his bicep tour, he was not able to get signed to WWE. So he went to Impact instead. I got like all of Nigel's matches. Oh man. He would do like, he was like, I wouldn't say he was stiff, but he was He reminded me of Stan Hansen a little bit when it came to his clotheslines.
Stan Hansen.
Mm-hmm. Like he would do like the moves you'd see him do in Impact is what he did in Ring of Honor. He was even Ring of Honor champion for so long. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's happened. I mean, I know he got released by WWE. It was, I think, earlier this year or last year he got released, which was stupid on their part, honestly. Really stupid. But yeah, no, Nigel for sure was. Now, here's the funny thing is, all the wrestlers I watched in WWE that were in NXT or before NXT, I got all the DVDs and matches from Ring of Honor. So I have compilations of all the matches. So like Kevin Owens, Samoa, Roderick, Tyler Black, as you know, as Seth Rollins, Homicide, Punk, Christopher Daniels, Aries, Claudio Castagnoli, as you know, as Cesaro. I got all this stuff on DVD. So that, like I said, I'm a big indie nerd. I follow indie more than I do, Tony, you ain't lying, man. Those layers were pretty powerful. I'll tell you what, man. Jesus Christ. Whew.
Tony Carter, what's going on, brother?
But like, yeah, like, shit. What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. But yeah, like back then when I was in wrestling, I would know all my facts and everything. I was so in tune to wrestling that like, okay, you give me a name of somebody, and I know their name, how many matches they had, how many championships they had, how long they were champion, who they'd face, out of the big 4 pay-per-view, how they did, shit like that. I was in tune to shit like that. But now it's like, I wouldn't say wrestling has gotten stale. I mean, maybe a little bit because of COVID and stuff that's going on, and I could be wrong. I mean, they still showed and performed. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think AEW did well during the COVID because I think that they're gonna be better than WWE, but that's just my opinion. I mean, New Japan is doing well. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you can only watch New Japan here till about a few years ago. I mean, that's where Bullet Club came from. Omega, Young Bucks, Gallows, and Anderson. Finn Balor was the original leader of the Bullet Club. That's where you get that's where he's doing the Prince stuff and all that. Yeah, he was called Prince Devitt in New Japan.
What they doing to his character? They squashed him too bad. How you feel about that?
I know that when he fought Roman for the belt, I know they squashed him again as the Demon. So that's the only time he's lost. He's only lost twice as the Demon. It was Samoa Joe and then Roman. So it's like, if they use them well, if they use the people well, they're fine. If they can use Kevin Owens, Sammy, Cesaro, Finn, and then the list goes on and on. If they use them well, they're good. I just think that's.
You think he's buried to the point where they can't make him a main event player now, or what? What do you think?
Finn Balor, honestly, I think they could. I mean, I think the only thing that might be stopping them, and this could just be an old theory, is I know Vince is keen on height. He likes the big, Brock Lesnar, Bruno Sammartino, Hogan, Billy Graham types. So that's the only thing I could see stopping him. But the man's done. I mean, look at what he's done. He's been NXT champion twice, or maybe 3 times. Don't get me wrong. He's won the Dusty Road Classic. He's been Intercontinental, first time Universal Champion, and then the stuff that happened in the match. He's been. I don't think he's been tag champ or U.S. champ. Not that I can think of.
I would say it's different though when. I don't know. It's different when people start to lose hope in you, though. Like,
true, yeah. I mean, look at Roman Reigns. He was basically the next John Cena because people booed him. Now that he went heel, bruh, I'm like, it's about time, man. Like, shit. Like, I love the bloodline stuff that he's got going on. That's shit. That's fantastic. I mean, I kind of hope it's not going to be him and Rock at Mania, but I don't know. I don't think so because Rock is supposed to be doing the Black Adam movie, so who knows?
No, I want that to happen.
You think the Rock would go over?
He can't at this point. He can't really ruin his reputation, and he doesn't need to. The Rock is the Rock. So if he puts Roman over, it's not going to be like, oh, it's a squash for the Rock. He's not credible. Like he's going to be
True.
credible whenever he comes back.
I mean,
So yeah.
I said the same thing when he went up against Punk, and look what happened with that.
Hmm.
So I remember I betted my buddy the match with The Rock and Punk at, was it Rumble or was it the next one? And the match ended in a DQ and then got restarted, and Rock won. And my friend was so pissed. I would have won $10, but I was like, nah, you can keep your money. I don't care. But yeah, not too many people were happy that day The Rock beat Punk. That was what? 2013, I think. He was champion.
Yeah.
Because I know he left in 14. To be at the Rumble in 14, Punk was out.
It was at the end of his last run.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said before, I know all my stuff and I know my facts and I know what's going on with wrestling. I see who's gone and what happened to people who showed up in Impact or New Japan or AEW or even like the indie feds. I watch, I pay attention to them. PWG just came back. So here's a fun fact. The people that run PWG in your state, Excalibur is one of the owners of PWG that you see commentate in AEW. There's 5 owners. One of them passed away. The other owners, if I'm forgetting their names, but I can remember 3. It's Excalibur, it's Joey Ryan, and it's Super Dragon. Now, Super Dragon and Excalibur are from Michigan. I don't know where in Michigan, and I have no idea because I had an old buddy who said he went to school with them. I don't know. Don't know if it's true or not. But they're both from Michigan. And I've been watching PWG since, I got DVDs from 09. But yeah, they run that show in your state, the DVD I just showed you. Every person that you've seen in NXT that's now in AEW or bid up to WWE, they all came from PWG, AEW, or in New Japan. And I think like the indie shows are better. That's just my opinion. Because there's no BS. There's no promos, no storyline. I mean, there's storylines, don't get me wrong. But there's no it's like house shows.
Right.
I mean, I've been to the indie shows around here like shit. I can see Rhino any week, almost every week every month at the show. He shows up all the time. Rhino, Cody Deaner.
How much tickets you costing?
Say what?
How much the tickets?
Oh shit, that's $20.
And how many people be on the card?
There'd be like 8-9 matches, give or take. The people that run it are called the Monroes. So like the second generation is DBA and his son Malcolm Monroe III, wrestle for XICW or MM3. But no, that's where like Rhino shows up all the time. Hell, Rhino was trying to run for mayor here a couple years ago. Not Detroit, but shit, it was another city. County, I don't remember, but he didn't win, sadly, but he was running for mayor here. But yeah, like you see a lot of Impact people come here. I mean, Cody Deaner, Rhino, they had an ECW reunion. Hell, franchise Shane Douglas was here for like 3 months as the champion. I got his autograph, I got Dreamer's autograph, and I got a picture with Dreamer. So that's why I was telling you about the triple threat when you were doing your talk with Cooper and AV. Yeah. That's where the triple threat came from, because it was a triple threat in ECW. It was franchise Shane Douglas, Bam Bam Bigelow, and Chris Candido. R.I.P. to those two. But so
let me ask you 2 more questions. The first one is what was your biggest pop in wrestling that you remember?
My biggest pop in wrestling was
or no 3. That's too hard.
3?
Because I can't even say mine off the top. 3
now
to
you
5.
come to me. You come to me wrestling, or are you talking about like WWE independence?
Just period. Just from a fan.
Oh, from a fan, shit, that's easy. The biggest pops would probably be Probably Rock and Austin at 15, which was awesome. Now you're talking matches, right? Or
I'm
just
talking just where you popped.
oh, gotcha. Now this will be a shock. I remember coming back into wrestling 2012. It was it was at the Great American Bash. It was Cody and Dustin against the Shield, and their father was there. That match popped. Probably, oh man, anything in the Attitude Era, probably like Jesus. What can I think from the Attitude Era that was pop? Probably the first blood match that Taker and Austin had at Fully Loaded 99. I had that on tape, recorded. Yeah. Probably I gotta say Foley and Triple H's matches from in 2000, the Street Fight and the Hell in a Cell. If I can think of something else, probably like let's see, I'm trying to think of some anything independent. Probably if you ever watched any independent matches, look up shit, I'm forgetting his name. Kevin Steen versus El Generico, or as you know, Saving Zayn. Any time those two were in the ring against each other, with each other, bruh. There was like magic. Him and Sami Zayn, Steen and Zayn, shit. Magic every time, bro. Every time. Probably another pop I can think of was probably the War Games. Was it last year? No, 2018 War Games. The War Games is this Sunday. Is tomorrow night, by the way. It was the Undisputed Era, which now 2 out of the 4 members are in AEW now. Excuse me. Against who was it? Ciampa, Keith Lee, who's now no longer in WWE, sadly, he was excellent. That them releasing Keith Lee and Isaiah Swerve or Shane Strickland, that was another mistake. Those 2 guys are gold, I promise you. And releasing Maya Yim, yeah, that's another mistake. She's also gold. It was who were the other 2 with them?
They should make Keith Lee in the Fiend equivalent to Rock and Stone Cold over in AEW. They need to build them up and have them run shit for a couple of years.
Keith Lee and who?
Keith Lee and Wyatt. Wyatt heel, Keith Lee face. Ooh. Look at it, excellent. Ooh,
I like that. But Wyatt hasn't popped up anywhere. Neither has Bo, because Bo got released too. I'm surprised he hasn't shown up in AEW yet. But it was Keith Lee, Ciampa, Djokovic. I'm probably fucking his name up. Who's now a different name from the whatever Mace or whatever. No, not Mace. T-Bar. And the 4th partner was Kevin Owens, because it was the Survivor Series when it was NXT versus Raw and SmackDown. Tony, yes, I agree with you. Killer Cross, for sure. Another one that they wasted time on. That dude is like I've seen that man wrestle live at a match. That dude is. I mean, if he's not in Impact, when he was, he wasn't even used well in Impact because they didn't release him. But that's another guy that has talent that they wasted talent on. Killer Cross for sure. Mm-hmm. It's just so many people that it's like it's like they had too many cooks in the kitchen. It was either that or Vince didn't want to spend the money on them. That's what I think it was, in my honest opinion. But that's just my opinion.
My little list is like more like moments.
What you got?
So my top 5, it's even hard. I know I'm gonna probably miss a few. I could do a 10 easier, but I'm gonna do 5.
I feel ya.
Let me see. What I'm gonna squeeze in there? When the Mega Powers broke up.
Ooh, yeah. There was some BS going on during that time. Like Macho thought that Hogan and her were having an affair.
Yeah, he was really on that coke, tripping out.
Oh, dude, man! If you watched Dark Side of the Ring about Macho, oh man,
Which one?
Dark Side of the Ring. It was about Macho Man. I think it was about Macho Man. No, it had to be about Macho Man. I think I could be wrong, but they
I'm gonna
did.
look it up.
There's a show called Dark Side of the Ring. It's on
No, I know the
Vice.
show. I know the show.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they
watched it
talked
tonight.
about it. Yeah, they talked about it. That the Mega Powers. Yeah, for sure.
Dark Side. Okay, so that's number five.
Okay.
Uh, number four. I'm gonna say The Rock and the Mankind Super Bowl halftime fight.
Oh,
Yeah.
I literally had to search for that match because it's not on the network.
hmm
I had to
That
search for that. I watched that. I remember that.
five, four, three. Uh, when Randy Orton, it, when Triple H broke into Randy Orton house.
I remember that.
Yep, tied with also Stone Cold doing this. Brian Pillman doing the same thing with Stone Cold with the gun.
Oh, people thought that was real, man. That shit sold. Oh man.
Yep. So what?
You know
Who
what?
was?
You know what's sidebar. You know what's sad about that is the wife that Pillman had.
Yeah.
If you see what she looks like now, they did the Dark Side of the Ring with Pillman.
Yeah. I seen that one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna watch I'm gonna watch the Macho Man one tonight. I'm gonna just throw that on and work on
I
my book.
swear they did, and I could be wrong, but I swear they did a Dark Side of Macho. It might be like season 1 or 2, but
Either
I'm
way it goes, it'll be some good commentary because you didn't already piqued my interest. Hold on, so I got two more, right?
2 more. Yep.
Okay. The second place, um,
Maybe the NWO was one.
NWO.
Ha! I just said it too. I was like NWO. I was like, yep. Now, do you think that there was too many cooks in the kitchen for that?
I'm talking about when they first revealed Hogan as
Oh,
the
the
man
third man.
taking shit over. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, shit. It was supposed to have been Sting.
hmm My top one though was when WWF bought WCW Live.
Oh, I remember that. And Shane took it.
Like
Yeah. And then,
that was like almost like fake. Like how could this happen? And going back and forth and remembering like, wow, it's Vince McMahon is on WC. Like it was such an unheard
I
of thing.
remember. I remember.
You couldn't that you couldn't even imagine or bet money that would happen. Like wrestling business was way different back then. Like that was just unheard of for that to
Oh,
happen.
the territories. Yeah.
hmm
Do you believe that Vince killed wrestling since he brought out everybody?
No, I don't. I mean that's a part of it, but I don't think that's just times change and stuff.
Oh,
Everything.
true. For sure. For sure. I think that wrestling would be better if there were still territories, but that's back then, and like you said, time is different. I don't think the territories would survive now with what's going on, but you know,
No, so people always say that, but no, things change, and then just like like Drake or Little Wayne, they Little Wayne sold 1 million in a week before, but he's not going to sell that consistently, no matter what kind of songs he comes out with. Like
true.
Backstreet Boys, yeah, they can put out a song and go platinum, but they're
Oh
not selling
God, Backstreet Boys, Jesus Christ.
Tell me like all that. They're not doing that shit in like in 1 hour and all of that. Britney Spears ain't people ain't going crazy. It's
No,
just like some of the time.
she just got engaged. Her and she got
Supermodel.
engaged. Lindsay Lohan got engaged, and I guess Paris Hilton got married. I saw that. I was like,
These just don't be lasting. So
ah.
the last question I want to ask you was, what advice would you give somebody who's interested getting into business?
In the wrestling business, I would say take your time and do your research because that's what I did, and that's what stopped me from going further. Like, take your time, do your research, find a quality trainer that knows this stuff, not someone that's just going to take your money and teach you 4 or 5 things. And like I said before, this is just my opinion. I'm not, specifically qualified to talk about this stuff, even though I did that back then. Yes, Tony, he was. I remember that, but that didn't last long. But anyways, find someone that has the credentials to be a trainer. Like good example would be Truth Martini. He has his own school. Seth Rollins has his own school. I remember back in like '99, I had a book that had a list of the best wrestling schools. Like the Funks had a school. Team 3D has a school. God, there's more. I know
How
there's
much
a
it cost?
few.
Do they are they like do they have resources or what? You just go in there or do you just go in there to learn the craft?
What do you mean resources? Like as to like you looking them up, or you like having a website and stuff like that?
No, so is it like is the going to the wrestling school just training to learn how to do the bumps and stuff? Is it not like okay, like FCW? It's a training site, but it's connected to people pipeline in the WWE. So I'm saying, with you learn the skill of it. So if you get a job, you know what the fuck to do, or is it
True.
like an academy to where you can get to the next level on the independent or whatever?
Yeah, true. Well, remember, FCW is no longer around. FCW is now NXT.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, basically, like from what I've understood, with I'll give you an example of True School, is you pay a certain amount. I don't remember what the amount is. There's two different ways of paying it. You get like 3-4 months of training. It's like 3 times a week, 4 hours a day. From what I read before is they get you your first match, and then from there you got to start self promoting yourself. Like I know, let's see, out of my group that moved up, let's see, one went to Ohio Valley Wrestling for a few years. Let's see, I know two of them that still are here that wrestle as a tag team. I got a funny story about that one. They basically, long story short, I shouted out a wrestler who comes to my gym. A coworker of mine runs the podcast. She said something. I come to find out that two of the guys that were in that fed that you saw remembered me, and they knew who I was, and they basically told me a new asshole. Even though one of them's a narcissist, the other one's nice, but still, shit happens. People change. It's kind of like like that. But back to the question. Basically, always do your research. Don't just expect, hey, you're gonna find a school, they're gonna teach you everything. I mean, even Tyler Breeze and Ty Dillinger have a school, and I hear that's one of the top 5 for what I've heard. But always do your research. Look up credentials. Don't just go in half-cocked. Always be willing to learn. Never stop learning. I mean, shit. I have an old wrestling training video, and it's got John Cena, Frankie Kazarian, Samoa Joe, and Chris Daniels. When Chris Daniels had hair, he had blonde hair, and he always said, never stop learning. So always, like you said, always stop learning. Never stop learning, excuse me, Jesus. But always, do your research and look shit up. If you don't feel safe in the ring, then don't. But it's not like the wrestling school is going to give you a free trial or a free test, because I knew the same one of the guys that got in trouble, who I said earlier, he went to one wrestling training school, a guy who kind of trained him, but not really, but not good as like the other one I mentioned. So now he went on to what was that? What's that fed in Vegas? FSW, Future Stars of Wrestling. He was there for a bit wrestling, and then all this shit happened. But always do your research. Like I said, this is my opinion. I am not associated with the independent wrestling when it comes to wrestling in this state. I'm just giving my observations and what I know or still remember. Doesn't mean that I'm right or wrong. It's just me being like, hey, here you go. So.
All right, man. Well, it was a pleasure having you. If you
Hell
come
yeah,
again,
always, bro.
well, just make
Yeah.
sure you like the video, share the video. Yeah, Riley, share the video to anybody you think you want to see talk cool wrestling.
I know a few people.
Huh?
For sure. I know a few people. They're probably gonna rip me a new asshole, but hey, whatever.
No, for what? You just talked about your experience. You look cool.
Oh
You
yeah, but there'll be a couple that's gonna say something. I promise you. There'll be somebody. There always is. But hey, whatever. Fuck them. You keep doing you, my friend. Keep doing you.
all right, man? Well, we'll talk. I'm gonna do the next. Probably I'm gonna do another stream. Probably next during the week now.
Okay, let me
I
know,
got
bro. For sure.
all right, man. Peace, old school turning the war report. Peace, guys. Talk to y'all soon.
Holla.